back to the Dealerchat podcast. It has been quite a while. Now feels like the right time. The dust has settled, and I wanted to get back in and have a bit of a moan about the motor trade with me pals. So today we have Rob Cubitt of Cubitt Cars, aka The Logbook on YouTube, and we have Theo Cook of Bowens Garage, aka Ted Talks on YouTube. How are we doing?
Go on, Rob.
I'm very well, thank you, Joe. I'm loving life. The motor trade is the best choice I ever made.
That's not what you said when we talked about coming on here.
Everything's great.
I'm
all right, mate. I'm all right. How are you? How are you, Theo?
I feel I'm in very illustrious company these days. Now, you know, Rob's catching you up slowly but surely, Joe. I feel like I'm with two big timers of the industry now. So
I'm on my way out. Rob's on his way up. What can we say?
Well, it's the highs and lows of YouTube, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm all good. Just taking a bit of R&R for a week or so. After the Millie trip sort of wiped us out a bit. So a bit of R&R and then the long winter slog.
Yeah. Glad I haven't got to deal with that this year. How is sales for you, Theo? Because you're historically Mr. I've sold 5 million this month and steady as you go and always making good sales. Got my own special niche. I can sell stuff that people can't.
It's sickening, really, I suppose. Yeah, we had a very good July, a very, very good August, and then the first 2 weeks of August, and then somebody turned the tap off, and it literally went really quiet for 2.5, 3 weeks. And then September was okay, nothing special at all. I think Dad's having a good week this week, but I'm off, so that's what he tends to do when I'm away. He seems to have a good week, but yeah, it's been steady. I'm not overly enthusiastic about it all, to be quite honest. There seems to be a lot of people struggling. Obviously, some people are having it away, as they always seem to do when you look on these groups, but I don't think that's the case because
Liars.
Buying is so hard at the moment.
Just before we get on with the podcast, a very quick reminder that if you are a motor trader and like Theo, you're finding it hard to find good quality stock at good prices, then you have to check out my online platform, carsportformore.com/trade. There you will find loads of cars offered to us by the members of the public. We list them up and you are able to buy them. There's loads of information on there. On top of that, the fees are incredibly low, just £150 per transaction, much cheaper than most alternatives you'll find online. And if you want to do trade-to-trade sales, you can do that as well. Get rid of some of your part exchanges on there. And it is helping us keep these podcasts going. So if you're a motor trader, definitely get on there. And if you're a member of the public and you want to get a fair price for your car, which is independently valued by ourselves, before it gets to the dealers so that everyone's getting a fair deal, then check out carsportformore.com. Let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah, margins are so tight. And I don't think customers will ever see. Customers won't understand. So it's tough at the moment to buy stuff. Because we've been doing a few bits and a couple of holidays and this, that and the other, I've sort of not really been buying like ferociously like I sometimes do. So if the margin isn't there, I'm just not buying stuff, and we're just running with a few less cars at the minute because I can't see the point in having all this extra prep and warranties and whatever if the margins aren't there. So we're taking it a little bit steady at the minute. Are you still stocking plenty, Rob, or have you sort of brought the numbers down a little bit?
I brought the numbers down, mate, and then they've kind of gone up again. We've had a bit of a buying spree. It's typical motor trade, isn't it? It's all or nothing, always. So we've got a guy's VW Beetle in here that came in on sale or return. Had it in for a year. Not our sort of bag, really, but the only way we're going to do it is to deal against a heavy bit of stock. So we brought it in so he could free up some space in one of his garages, one of those guys. Lovely bloke, to be fair to him. Had it in stock for a year, managed to get a buyer on it, or as fate would have it, 2 buyers on it at the same time.
Typical.
Got in touch with him. Can I get I just need some more information, more history. It's a South African car, Australian car, etc. And he's messaged back saying, I'll change of plan, I'm giving it to charity.
Oh.
So it's currently in our showroom. I'm pushing to get it out of the showroom now because it was mental a couple of weeks ago. Then we sold a few, and now it's gone mental again. And I'm just going to push it into the car park if it stays here much longer. So there'll be a free yellow Beetle for someone if they want it. No immobiliser.
So you're finding it okay to buy the lumpier stuff, or is it mostly SOR, or are you?
No buying. Got a couple on SOR. We've got a 992 on SOR, a Ferrari 360, and a 997. Everything else is our stock at the minute. But yeah, we're doing all right, mate. We're buying some decent stuff, and we've everyone's talked about this. It was rubbish I'm looking at my numbers now, sort of August. I think everyone was kind of panicking and saying it was really bad. We were okay. And then last month, September, we were okay. So we've just sort of not broken any records, but at the same time, we're paying the bills. So it's not amazing.
I feel like okay is quite good at the moment compared with how some people are finding it. I'm quite happy to take okay this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although last month, I've just done the numbers, we made, are you ready for this? £32,000 last month.
Well,
we spent...
I knew we hadn't finished.
Yeah.
£34,000 last month.
There we go.
Doing okay.
It only cost you £2,000 to be in business for the month, Rob, and it's only cost you £2,000 to work.
I think that's all right.
2 full-time jobs essentially.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But at least he's still smiling about it.
Yeah, so it's all you can do, isn't it?
It is.
It's all you can do. You cry, you get a wet face.
It is. And how are you finding your new? Way of life, Joe?
I've barely had a chance to settle in, to be honest. It's I'm just kind of just about getting over the stress of it all, and trying to settle into what we're doing now. So yeah, kind of finding my feet really of what exactly it is I need to do, because I guess the point is I don't desperately need to do anything. That's what I'm trying to teach myself, is I don't desperately need to do anything. I don't need to be bringing on the next big idea, or I've already caught myself like, we could have a little showroom here, could do this, could sell some bits here, and you just find yourself trying to get dragged back in but then you just think you don't need to do that. Just relax a little bit. And yeah, good news is I started my ADHD medication this week, so hasn't really done anything for me yet, to be honest. Even though I'm taking like a dose of speed every day, it doesn't seem to have affected me.
Which is a concern.
Yeah, exactly. Either I don't have ADHD and I don't get affected by amphetamines, or my ADHD is much worse than I thought and I need a much bigger dose. But we'll find out.
You need a quantity to battle a horse, rather than...
I need enough to take down, Sherger or something.
Get yourself to Bradford, mate.
Yeah.
Plenty of people around here will sort you out.
Probably dig down the back of some of your part exchanges. We'll find plenty of stuff to get me up.
The only profit we get out of cars.
But no, it's good. I'm starting to relax into it a little bit. It was really, really stressful closing down, and not even closing down, but there's just so much stuff that's gone with it. Didn't really appreciate our sort of like local reach with doing YouTube, etc., until you go to order something from Euro car parks and they've closed your account because they saw a video on YouTube, and you're like, no, we haven't closed. We've just closed that location, and we still got a business. It's all we closed it. It's like excellent.
It was very interesting to see all obviously the reach of you closing down went everywhere, but some of the comments and some of the Chinese whispers and the just nonsense, just total nonsense, and it spreads, doesn't it? Like you say, if Euro are closing your account because they think that you're disappearing off to the land of bankruptcy or whatever, then it's very strange.
Well, we had stock funding and with BCA, and even though I told them in advance I'm moving to another location and can we get it all set up so that can be the location where you come and do your audits and whatever, someone there saw the video, panicked, froze not just my stock funding account but also my buying account. So I was out of action for buying for a good couple of weeks because they saw a video or saw an article in the Sun or something.
Why don't they just pick up the phone?
I don't know. I kind of somewhat understand, because they must have been done over for millions over the years with dealers going pop and whatever, but most of them don't announce it on YouTube for a start.
Exactly.
That would be stupid.
Yeah. Only stupid people like me. But yeah, so that's still being resolved. I'm trying to think what else. It's just been. I'm banking with Santander, and they've recently done this NBFI form, non-bank financial institution questionnaire. They've been sending this stuff out while everything's going on and closing everything down and whatever. And yeah, they just froze my accounts, so I couldn't access my own money. Couldn't even move my own money between my own accounts. Literally on payday, I'm trying to pay everyone's wages. I'm like, I sent them the stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've just reviewed it now."
Happens to me all the time, that, Joe.
Oh,
It seems to happen.
30th of the month.
It happens.
Locked out, lad.
It happens the 25th of every month, and there's nothing I
yeah,
can do about it.
2 months in a row now since we closed the garage. I just don't know what's going on. No, we got it.
How are you
got it.
feeling, Joe?
Huh?
How are you feeling as a human?
It's been odd. It's been really, really stressful. Like, it's much more stressful than I thought, closing that site down. You realise that people that you thought a lot of suddenly don't think much of you because you're closing a location or something. You know, just the amount of people who've sort of, don't know, just sort of turned against you, and it feels really unfair because you've done a lot for them and you just wish you hadn't ever bothered.
That is running a business. So when you're employing people and stuff like that, it can be, yeah. When it all changes, people don't like change, do they? And it can be very easy to then completely turn around and yeah, not be how they were. How did you? I was more concerned about your coffee machine. Did you manage to did you manage to get out of that contract in the end?
Coffee machine's least of my worries, mate. Have you not heard about the phones?
I did hear about the phones because I'm on exactly the same contract. I just have to keep the business running because I can't.
For the benefit of the viewers / listeners, going through like closing off your Auto Trader account, all that sort of stuff, and I'm like, right, this coffee machine that we got, it's a bit of an indulgence. We'll find out. It's on a lease, so find out, you know, what it's going to cost to get out of it. £6,000. So they want £6,000 back for a machine that I think they told me was about $2,500 to buy outright, or maybe it's $4,000 to buy, which is overpriced. So yeah, I don't think there's really any way out of it. I don't even like coffee, but I'm gonna fucking learn to like it because it makes great coffee, and I'm paying for it for the next however many years, which is just as well. I mean, to be fair, these are the sorts of things that make you think maybe I will go pop. You know, you could just write the business off, but morally I wouldn't. But that was like a bit of a sickening blow. But the next thing was the high phones. So if any of you out there have got the high phones, that's like a tablet with the thing on the side. We had 2 tablet type phones and one just like handheld jobby, just like a little BT thing that you buy for £20 in Argos. And obviously we had the Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff with them. So I'm 1 year into a 6-year contract with them. Sent them a little email. Oh yeah, we're closing down this location. How much to get out of it? The first thing they asked me was like, "Are you still registered on Company's House, or have you closed it?" I'm like, I'm for trouble here because this must be a regular thing that happens to them.
Yes.
Rob, I don't know if you might not be privy to this. Do you want to guess how much? Bearing in mind, there's a 5-year contract. It's probably, let's say, £1,000 worth of equipment, generously.
Right.
How much they want to close the account?
What's your monthlies?
It's about 240 quid for broadband, phone, and the equipment rental.
And you've got, what, a couple of years left or 5 years left?
About 5 years left, yeah.
What's your number?
Oh, well, logically they wouldn't charge the full 5 years because that would be really harsh, wouldn't it?
That would be harsh.
Let's shoot high and go £8,000.
Double it.
Double it.
£17,000 plus VAT for the equipment, which is shit and it never worked.
So they've literally charged you the full whack then?
And about £3,000 worth of the contract for the internet and whatever. Yeah, clearly they have shafted me because, same with the coffee machine, because I'm not the type of person who signs up for stuff without saying, like, what's the get out of this? Because I don't like being fixed in. They would have given me like, oh no, you can do this. It's only a lease. You can kind of end it early and whatever. But since you realise that you always wonder, these travelling salesmen go around like, do you want to sign up for these phones? They're great. Do you want to sign up for this coffee machine? You think, how do they afford to put them in a brand new car and drive them around? Their commissions are huge.
Yeah.
Huge. When you think about what that phone contract's worth, it's like 25 grand.
Yeah.
That's
So
mental.
we've
And
got
it is
three
worth
we got
that
three of
lot.
the tablets and phones with Hi Hi. I think we're 2 years in to a 7-year contract. So we've got 5 years left.
Oosh.
So we've got 5 years left as well. So I'm just got to keep the business open just to pay for the phones. Can't
Yeah, I
afford
mean,
it.
I'm, I'm doing the same. I'm going to get these phones set up here. I've already figured out that you can watch YouTube and stuff on them and whatever else. Uh, um,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll put them back into use. It's almost like I need some little businessy sideline thing going just to make use of them, just so I can swallow the expense of this extra like 300 quid between the coffee machine and the telephones that I can't get rid of.
That's
That
savage, mate.
that I'm going to have to keep paying.
Set up a call centre selling coffee machines. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there he's got it. He's got it. Yeah.
All I need is a little scooter with a gyroscope cup holder, and I can do like dial up a coffee, and I'll put it in the machine and then
Tyler coffee.
deliver it. Double whammy.
it's things
Coffee
like
and amphetamine.
it is things like that though that you just don't think about, do you? Like, right, I'm going to close the business. So your staff is like probably the staff and your lease of the site is probably the two things that initially come to the front of your head. But then you've got all that other like it's nonsense in your head, isn't it? It's stuff you wouldn't even think about worrying about. And between between your phones and your coffee machine, it's £22,000.
Yeah.
That's
And then
absolutely scandalous.
FCA, I was like, they were chasing me. They were getting arsey about something. Oh, I mean, I hate the FCA. They're just such a pain in the arse. They're not easy to deal with, are they? And my sister,
Horrible.
my sister had attempted to log in. She does my books, so she attempted to log into my FCA account and put in the wrong password. She had guessed it, and then we were locked out, and we had to phone up. And however, it had been set up when we added one of the guys to the FCA so that he could do finance stuff as well. He'd been made like the person in charge, but he's got a sprinkle of the tism. So when they spoke to him on the phone, he could have said, "Yeah, I'm the guy in charge. That's fine. It's all good." He was like, "No, not me. I'm not in charge. No, I don't do anything. You know, it's not to do with me. This is all wrong." And they were like, "Right, you need to sort this immediately. You need to fill in this form. You need to fill in that form." And me being ADHD, I'm just like, "Oh, fuck off." So I said, "Look, just cancel it. I don't want to do it anyway. I don't want anything to do with you." And then so you get that cancelled off, and then their bill comes through. It's like, "Yeah, 1,500 quid for the year. Cheers for being absolute bastards and just being useless." And you're just like, oh,
People
it's
will
been
watch
expensive.
this. People will watch this and go, "Oh, my heart bleeds for you, car dealers. I'm on holiday. Rob's selling lovely cars. You're going full time YouTube, and they'll all be." But when you're in it, it's tough, isn't it? It is tough.
Yeah. But prime example on that one, Theo, is look at me saying I made 30 grand this month, and then look at my costs have been 30 grand this month. It's so easy to look at a car dealer and go, he sold 20 cars at 3 grand a car. Well, do the maths on that one. Must be a millionaire after a few years. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. But once you're stuck in it,
I broke down how much we actually made on like a previous year. I can't remember what year it was.
all that.
We turned over like 2 million quid and stuck like 30k in the bank, maybe. And you think, God, like the hours that I work and the stress that I go through and the bullshit that you deal with.
It's a lot of heartache and headache for not a huge return. I suppose on the other side is if you own all your cars and stuff, then you have got something tangible that's there, but that's a lot of effort to just keep those tangible items in front of you.
Well, part of my decision with closing the place down was like I've got a lot of money invested in these cars to sit there, to turn over, to just turn the money over, just to feed HMRC and make a small living that I could probably go and, work 60 hours at Weatherspoons or something and make the same sort of money.
And sticky capital in the bank. I've talked about this as well, lads. Where you just pull it all out, stick it in the bank at 4 or 5%, or well, obviously not in the bank, but or whatever. That'll give you an income of an X, and then just go work at Aldi, and I bet I'm on the same money.
How many bloody like house deposits could you do if you wanted to flip houses or something else? In my history of the only reason I've got the farm here is because of doing up houses and making good profits on doing up houses. When I was working as a plumber, I've never really made any money like that ever since, but I haven't done it again. I think everything's trickier than it ever used to be because everyone's Everyone's trying to do the same sort of thing, whether it's car dealing, houses.
Yeah, property's tough now, isn't it? There's a lot of being a landlord and stuff like that is very difficult as well. I think.
Wait till November comes.
Yeah, yeah. It does make you think abroad is sometimes a very, very nice option. If I didn't have a close family locally, I think we'd have been gone ages ago, to be honest. Because there's definitely overseas is definitely better than the way we've got it at the minute, I think.
Where would you go, mate?
I think I would probably go east, to be honest. Middle East.
Helpful.
Middle East.
Oh, Middle East. Middle East.
Yeah, I think.
Really far east.
Yeah, because I just
Not
think.
Scarborough.
Oh well, just a touch further east than that. Yeah, I think so. But hey, we are where we are. We've got family here, so that comes first, I think, ultimately. But there would definitely be easier countries to work in to make much more of a living in a nicer climate, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's also a lot of countries where you would go and the pressure wouldn't be on as much.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't even need to work as hard. You wouldn't even necessarily be striving to make most. You could take what you've got now that you've made and live a much better quality of life straight off the bat. And then you wouldn't have the stress on top as well. I mean, I've always been a proper homebody. It's like, I'll never Somerset born and I'll die here and all that sort of stuff. I love it. Why would anyone move away? All that sort of stuff. But yeah, the more you just get screwed over left, right, and centre. I feel like the more you try and stick your head out and try and achieve something, the more you get hammered. You know, the nail that sticks out gets hammered, doesn't it? And you try and do this. You employ people. You pay absolutely shit tons of VAT, tax, like VAT, corporation tax, then income tax, and then tax on everything that you spend your money on. You just tax.
Corporation tax has gone up, hasn't it? So we paid ours yesterday, and it was horrible. Or next week? Is it next week? Yesterday? Next week?
Not due, is it? Is it due? Mine's not due. Mine's not due.
It might be.
Mine's not due.
Doesn't it all depend on when your like actual
business
business year
bloody
ends?
booked yet, Theo.
We worked out in the last 12 months we would have paid more tax in terms of VAT, corporation tax, income tax than what we've earned together out of the business.
Oh,
Exactly
100%. Me all over. Yeah, 100%.
By
10 times over, probably.
By quite a long chalk. And you're like, what? I don't know how that can be. I don't know how that can be fair. I don't know how it can be fair. The more you strive to be, the accountant said because we're right in that middle tax band where the corporation tax has gone up. She's like, well, you either need to make an awful lot more, which isn't feasible where we are, or you need to make quite a bit less so that you drop into a. So you're like, well, it's just trying to kill ambition, isn't it? It's trying to.
Yeah.
But I physically can't make as much money as we need to get into the lower tax bracket, corporation tax wise. So she's like, well, you need to make a lot less money then. So but it's just killing your enthusiasm to kick on. I might as well just keep 20 cars rather than 40 cars. And
all right, works for some of us, Theo, mate.
yeah, well, it's true though. It's true though, isn't it? And it makes you sick because when you were being brought up, if you were in the school and whatever, everybody wants. You be the best that you can be, but I think at the moment it's like, well, what's the point? Being the best I can be where we are is all it's going to lead to is paying more tax and less for us. It seems.
I've never been like political or worried about that. I've always been a character who's just like, these are the sets of rules. This is how it works. So I'm just going to have to work around it or whatever. But when you do come up against it and you've done it and you realise how much you're being screwed over. And I think, really, the small to medium enterprises in this country are what keeps this country running, because the likes of Google and all these other things, they're not paying tax.
Yeah,
we're the ones paying tax.
Yeah.
And they're just squeezing us harder and harder to get a little bit more out of us. And soon enough, everyone's just going to go, same for me. And, they make it. Why aren't they encouraging small to medium enterprises? Grants for people to set up businesses and try and do it, because that's where the money gets generated. It's not from the big companies.
And it runs deeper than this as well, because when I was looking through the numbers, so we've got our VAT that we pay, corporation tax, income tax, NI on staff, all that sort of stuff. But then, like, for example, the last month where we've done 30 grand in whatever, well, that's 30 grand spent at other businesses that are then getting taxed on that and paying staff that are then going out and buying products or paying tax on their income. Do you know what I mean? It's not just this you look at your little spot, look at all the sort of offshoots of it as well. I genuinely think we've got big problems coming as a country if they don't sort out this sort of not middle class, but middle tier. Do you know what I mean? These sort of girls, guys, toasters that are stuck. If that doesn't get sorted, I can quite comfortably. Financial services for me was my previous profession, and you can walk into a job in financial services for not a huge amount more, sort of, in fact, less pressure and stress than this, without a shadow of a doubt, and earn six figures and turn your phone off on a Saturday and Sunday and come home at 5, 6 o'clock on the night.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
But
I think
if we all do that, if we all did something like that, then it would be, like you say, it's not just us that are closing our businesses and then not employing our 10 staff. It's then the money that we're not spending at parts companies, at body shops, at tire, whatever. It has such a big effect if you lose. I mean, just Joe going out of Barrow, like that's a few that have. You know, do you know what I mean? It doesn't take all that many before it starts having a big snowball, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Over the last 7 months of our tax year, we've spent 160 grand on stuff. I thought stuff.
Well, what I think is there should be something with, small businesses where like VAT is a great place to start because it's so bloody expensive. It's so much, 20% of everything that we're taking. Like, all right, maybe not when it's used cars, but why isn't VAT on profit, not just on turnover? Because I just can't understand. In an ideal world, the government would have a load of businesses like me that turned over millions of pounds every year, wasn't really making any money, but paid hundreds of thousands of pounds in VAT. That's lovely. They're getting their money. There's loads of revenue and turnover, so they're getting money from everyone else as well when we pay them. So they're getting double bubble, if not triple, 1,000 times bubble.
Yeah.
And they're probably quite happy that I'm not really making much money because it means I need to keep going for a bloody long time and just keep paying them. Whereas, isn't it incentivized so people actually make profit? Why is it profit such like a dirty word in this country? Whereas in America, people would really celebrate when you set up and try and do something. But over here, everyone seems to have a problem with it. But it's yeah.
We do just come across as three very bitter, grumpy motor traders.
It's not just motor traders. I think everyone's feeling it.
I know. I
Agreed.
don't know what the solution. I don't know what the solution is either. To be quite honest with you, but that it's all very well moaning about it, but having a solution to the problem. Not that us having any ideas will make any difference whatsoever, but it's
Yeah, I don't have any solution. I just want to moan, Theo. Yeah. It's quite nice to moan.
We haven't done it for a while, so let's just get it all out there. And if you are listening, and watching, just enjoy the ride, enjoy the bitterness.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the car trade at the moment and how it's going? Because, as we said, people are feeling it. I've only been doing it for about 6 or 7 years. You go through phases. People say, "No, it's tough. It's this. I'm not sure, whatever." But I don't think it's ever been like this.
And for so long.
Yeah, for so long. That's what I was going to say. It's been 13 years we've been doing it now. So we've seen a couple of. Like I've always said before, we're fairly plateaued in what we do anyway. But we've noticed, like we said at the start of this year, definitely it's like a year for consolidation. We're not doing much to the site. Last year we had all new signage, we had it all tarmacked. We spent loads of money last year. We had a good year. This year it's just consolidate, try and keep the staff happy, have a bit more time to ourselves, not push it so much. And consolidate. I think what will happen is the established businesses and the ones that have got a local name and the ones that are doing all the right things will be fine because the cream rises to the top, I suppose is what they say. And but I think all the guys that are starting out and if they've struggled in the first, or they've been going for 2 years. I mean, they've had a really, really tough start. So there'll be a lot of startups that will have come in and gone, without a trace sort of thing. I think the long-established businesses will be okay because they've done it before. We've seen it before. We'll ride it out. I think the ones that are starting or have started are going to be in real trouble, I think. But yeah, we've been there before. We'll carry on. There's no other option, is there? I don't know anything else. So this is it.
Yeah, it's over. I think on the back of what you said there, Theo, I agree totally with what you're saying. But I also think that we're created, or there has been a perfect storm created, whereby even these longer standing businesses are potentially getting to a point where they're going, enough is enough. So I appreciate you're wedded to it. A lot of people are wedded to it. But when one of the first conversations we had was, well, what if you took your money out and put it somewhere, invested it, and did something else? Would it be a better life? Yes, most likely. And I think a lot of people are starting to change the mentality, especially when people talk about mental health and all that sort of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised. There's so many dealers that have closed this year that I know of that you think, oh, really? How they decide, and I think it's people just going, you know what it is, my kids mean more to me than this, and and family or whatever, and actually what we'll do is we're not going to try and buy a Ferrari or work to this materialistic goal that we all for some reason have. Actually, I just want to pay my mortgage and I just want to be able to put food on the table and have a good time, and I think that's the way that we're being sort of driven. So I agree with what you're saying, but I think it's probably worse.
Yeah,
just to bring the mood back down.
I mean, I don't mind admitting. Well, maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't. But I've been last 4 or 5 months now. I've been started to take anti-happy pills, I call them. That's
Right.
not. I've always been a pretty chilled out person, and as you both met me loads of times, and I've always been sort of pretty happy about things. But it does get on top of you eventually. I think. Even doesn't matter how successful or how well you think it's going. It's just the time. It's just the customer's expectations, your staff's expectations, everybody's expectations of running a business. It does get on top of you. So, it has made it. If you've just started taking your ADHD ones, Joe, give them 10 weeks. 10 weeks, it's like, takes you into a.
Well, I mean, you're not alone, mate. If you picked me up and shook me, I'd rattle because I take antidepressants, I take beta blockers for anxiety. I think a lot of this is all like symptoms of ADHD that I never knew I had. It's a bit of a revolution. I'm kind of looking back at my whole life and stuff that I thought was just a weird character trait about myself is like, that was ADHD. Like the fact that I just bunked off at least 70% of my last year of school because I just couldn't face sitting in a classroom and listening to stuff I wasn't interested in. And I was just like, that was just me. I wanted to crack on and do work and do whatever. I wanted to do something else. And you think back and it's just like, that's like me now trying to do a spreadsheet. I'm just like, oh, just get away from me. I can't cope with it. So, yeah, I mean, we've all got our things, haven't we? And I've been taking antidepressants for years. I probably just wouldn't function without them. And I think more people than you realise are. And I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's because people are more happy to talk about it now. Maybe it's because people understand it a bit more now. It's a bit more socially acceptable. People are a bit more aware of themselves, aren't they? But also, life is just.
Yeah.
If we redesign life the way it is these days, even though we're all obsessed with our phones and social media and all that sort of stuff.
I think it's a killer social media.
Yeah.
If you were to redesign a healthy society, you wouldn't have it.
No.
Yeah. YouTube, yes. Yes, but the scrolling and the perfect lives and the everything's great and the just flashing constant attention that people require now, I think is pushing people this way. And Theo, I'm really surprised out of all people. And I think that this is so true, isn't it? You are so passionate and chilled out and calm and all that sort of stuff. You're the last sort of person I'd have thought. I appreciate you having it up, mate, and thank you because it's nice to sort of hear it.
Yeah, it's funny though because I've been putting it off for my missus had said that I needed to speak to someone for a long time, and it was just getting worse and worse. And then it's funny when I spoke to the doctor about it, he was like, "Yeah, try them." He said it will change your life. I said, "All right, okay, good." He said, "Do you know what? If you walked down the street now and you walked through, and you spoke to 100 people." He said at least 50% will be on antidepressants now, and you wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
But I think you're exactly right. I think social media with this whole, you scroll away and everyone's driving Lamborghinis and they're all in Dubai and everything's amazing. You're like, but it's bollocks, isn't it? Excuse my French.
Yeah.
It's just bollocks.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that sort of stuff doesn't affect me because I'm not interested in that sort of thing anyway. That's not really my sort of whatever. I think it's, I don't know.
I think
one thing I would say for sure is us three who actually go out of our way to put ourselves out there and share the motor trade, share our lives, put things on YouTube or whatever, the sort of abuse you get on there sometimes, I don't know why I'm such a magnet for it.
I can give you a few reasons, Joe.
Go on, reel them off. You can't say anything I haven't heard before or said to myself, Rob. This is the thing. Yeah, you just I don't even really get offended because I'm my own worst critic, and I feel like people saying stuff to me. There's nothing you can say to me that's going to be worse than anything I've said to myself before. But what it is, it actually makes me sort of depressed that people are out there that are like that, and I almost want to be like, what's going on? Like, why would you turn around and say that to me, someone you've never met, on a YouTube video that you were interested enough to click on, and now, I mean, some of them are like literally chasing me down around. If I block them on my channel, like they'll pop up on Rob's when I'm on a video on Rob's, and they'll start giving me abuse there and whatever. One guy, I was about to drive across country to go and knock his door down, but
Yeah, we had a bit of an issue there, didn't we, Joe?
not that. Well, I don't know if it's that one, but there was another one where I literally like found out where he lived because he just was harassing me. It was literally like stalking.
Yeah, one got personal. He popped up on my channel and he started talking about your personal life on my channel.
Oh yeah, they're all obsessed with my ex-girlfriend for some reason.
I suppose the argument will be, if you're putting yourself in the public eye, then you should be able to take all these things. But I totally understand what you said. Yeah. It's just unnecessary. It's just completely unnecessary, isn't it?
Yeah. And I was saying, I am and I do. But I just find it depressing that there's that many people in this world who are that unhappy with life that they are saying these things to strangers online, as if I know it's not making them feel better. So why? I don't mind. I don't even really mind that they're doing it. That's just part and parcel of it. I just find it depressing that there's that many people out there who are. It's obviously not in a good place. I mean, how bad of a place have you got to be to say that sort of stuff to people online? I don't.
Yeah.
But the amount of usernames I've had to set up to say all of that stuff in your channel, it's taken me ages.
It's difficult to remember.
Don't worry, Rob. I know it's not you because you got no qualms saying it to my face. So just how I'd like it.
I like to see the reaction.
Going back to what you were saying, Theo, about just deciding it's not really worth it. That was like 100%. I agonised over, should I close down the garage? I really like it here. I love the landlords and, I like the business and whatever. And I thought, but it really stresses me out. It's like really affecting me. It's not really making any money. So what am I?
I feel like when you're in that position and you're running, and you essentially feel like you're looking after, or you're facilitating not just your own life, but however many staff you've got, their families' lives as well. Yeah. So you think if we closed down, I would feel like, just even if it was by choice, I'd still feel like we'd failed by some degree. And whether that's us, even if the business hadn't failed in terms of financially, I'd feel like we'd failed because we hadn't seen it through to whatever the conclusion is at the end. You sell it or whatever. But then you've also got all your staff and their families to think about. You feel like you're letting them down as well. You're letting down all your customers who return to you time after time after time. So I think it's a brave decision, Joe. To be honest, if you have thought about it for a long time, obviously time will tell whether you think you've made the right decision. I'm sure you will. But it takes a lot of courage to do that, because. I certainly would struggle to do that. Publicly. If you're a one-man band and you've got a little site and you've got 10, 12 cars and it's you and you outsource everything, I think closing down is a lot easier because it's just you and your family you've got to think about. But when you've got another 30 people to worry about, and we're small, obviously we're small businesses. I mean, if some of the other guys that we speak to all the time were to close, I mean that's a lot of families you're affecting there. So I think it's a big call, but so kudos to, if it wasn't making you happy and not making the money you wanted it to, then onwards and upwards.
What's the point?
Yeah, 100%. You feel the responsibility to keep the status quo, and one of the things I used to say to myself for the years is, I'm not really making the money I want, but I can pride myself on the fact that everyone's getting paid on time, no bullshit with that, everyone's got a job and blah 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 and all that sort of stuff. Towards the end there was a few things, and just think, actually, you know what, I'm killing myself for this and I'm not getting the same back. It's not quite appreciated as, and maybe we'll get into it another time. Only you know, I never would have spoken about any of this stuff if it wasn't for the fact of how I've been treated since. But won't get into it now. But I was like, I'm killing myself for this, and in fact, I'm getting the complete opposite back. And I was like, it's time to call it. And yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
If you can't find any pleasures in what you do anymore, then there is only one decision to make, and you've made the right one, mate. If there's nothing there that you sort of, it's similar here. It's tough, it's grim, etc., etc. But I still love cars. I'm still in that position. I know a lot of car dealers hate them after a while, etc. I still love them, and that's the glue that's holding this together. But if that went, and the fact that occasionally, I say occasionally, 90% of the time our customers are amazing, and subscribers come in and they're amazing, and all that sort of great stuff. If that went, I'd close it in a heartbeat. It's not about the money.
Yeah.
No. It is that internal feeling of, if we close down, I'd be like, bloody hell, we put it all together, we've done it for however many years. You feel like you've failed to some extent, but I think once you've got over that in your head that you haven't, you're just making a better life choice for yourself. Then I think it makes it easier. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I feel like I'm getting a counselling session, but don't worry, I have no qualms whatsoever. It was 100% the right decision, and I have no ill feeling about it at all. It's 100% the right thing to do, and yeah, I'm only starting to feel more and more relaxed. So yeah,
So what is the plan then, Joe? Just full-time content and a couple of other bits and.
Well, it's going to be a mix. Yeah, we want to do lots of content. We want to do some more sort of like involved stuff. Where's Rob going?
I've left my heater on and I'm thinking about the money.
Typical Yorkshireman. Of course, we got Cars Bought for More to keep sort of promoting and turning over, so the car platform where dealers can buy from consumers and whatever. Just launched a car HPI check type thing as well, called Car Background.
Oh yeah.
So you can get your history checks and everything on there, carbackground.co.uk. We got the competitions. Do you know what I find crazy now is I'm sort of like setting myself. We got back from the Motor Trade Millie, got back from then going off to the auction, doing other bits and pieces. I'm like, right, now I need to really sit down. And Hamilton, who was working for me, is no longer working for me. So he was covering some of the competition stuff, but he is no longer there. So I'm like, right, I probably decided I could handle that work anyway. But even now I'm going through looking at the things that I need to do each day. I'm like, Jesus, I've still got way too much to do. Never mind having run a car dealership at the same time. So yeah, there's plenty to do. Hopefully, with the kind of videos we're doing now are a lot more involved, so they're kind of slow to come out, which is quite frustrating. But we're.
I like your new stuff, Joe. I'm going to be first to throw that out on this podcast.
Thank you.
It's more like you did one on that Merc that you bought with all the slash tyres and stuff, and there was something a bit more wheeler dealery-ish about it.
I knew you were going to say that, and Mike Brewer's going to kill me. I'm going to get a bloody lawsuit.
I know you're not trying to copy it. It's obvious you're not trying to copy. You're doing it in your own way. But there's something about the mechanic inside of stuff, and I don't know. And I said this to you before, and I hope you didn't take offence on this. But it's the sort of stuff you could fall asleep to.
Oh, you did say that, yeah.
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
It's so familiar and cosy and comfortable, and you can.
Exactly. Yeah. You just sit there with a cup of cocoa. Oh yeah. And there's Ben with his moustache.
The anthem. Yeah, well, that's good. But yeah, actually, I still want to do some. Do you know what? I'm interested in almost like trying a different version of. I'm still a fully fledged car dealer at this point. It's quite why I want to come and do Dealerchat, because I think everyone just thinks every time I post a video now, there's at least one or two people who are like, "I thought you closed. What's going on? What's this? Explain this." And they're all upset. And you're like, "I never said that." If you actually watched, I said I was closing down the site. I'm still a car dealer. We're now we've got Ben here, and he's super spanner. That's probably not a way to compliment him, but he's good on the tools. We're going to get in some like non-runners and stuff that needs fixing up, because that's one place where there actually is profit margins. If you've got the time and the pressure's off, and you can keep it lean and mean, then it's good fun as well. You get quite satisfaction out of it. So stuff like that, and obviously trying to boost Cars Bought for More and whatever. And this is actually very convenient, because I already told Rob that I wanted to slap your wrists. Saying getting cars is difficult. Well, we've gone to the great effort of setting you both up a car buying website that links into Cars Bought for More.
You have.
And have I seen you using it? Have I, bugger?
You should have.
I've seen one
Yeah,
car
I've
come
been
through
using
for you,
mine.
Theo.
I've had 2 inquiries. Thank you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
One I sent through, and the second, and I don't know if it sold because I didn't have my 50 quid come through. So whether it sold or not, don't know. And one last week, gentleman round the corner, but unfortunately he wanted far too much money for the car. But yeah, what does James Alford always say? Just fill in the bucket slowly, whatever. The dripping tap slowly fills the bucket or something. Is that what he says?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So hopefully it will. Yeah, I do need to promote it a little bit more, but I only have
I need to get to James as well. Made him a lovely chopitin.com. So basically, for anyone who's watching and listening, we've got Cars Bought for More, which was originally just me buying cars from subscribers because we had so many. We then made it so that dealers could buy this stuff. So if you want an account, you can sign up for free on there. And then we thought, well, we can give other people their own car buying website. Look at Rob laughing away. It's my podcast, mate. My podcast, I'll promote what I want.
Always on the assault, isn't he?
But it's topical. It's topical because we made you a bloody website and we're paying to host it and you're not using it, are you?
It's coming direct,
costing you
mate.
anything, and it could make you some money. It makes you look
You're
more
right,
professional as well because at the moment you look like a chump. So
Oh.
email me. Oh. I'm just kidding. It would be nice to see it all rocking and rolling though. I feel like there's legs still in this system.
Yeah,
You're both so popular on YouTube these days. All you got to say is if you want to sell us your car, go to my website.
I put the link in.
I'm not stealing anything.
I put the link in every description, but the 7 people that watch my videos aren't overly keen. What have you got there? What's that? Can't see. What is it?
Oh, is it not because the number's so
That's how
small?
much you spent on OnlyFans this month.
So vain.
You're such a
think
tart.
he's vain.
I actually want one to be fair, but your subscriber gave you that, didn't they?
It did, yeah. But then, we've had it in the background of videos, and people could put comments on the videos saying, your subscriber count is out because it's more than that.
It's not live.
I subscribed, it didn't move.
Yeah.
I can still count mine on 2 hands, so I don't need to worry about getting it.
Yours is going up nicely, to be fair. I looked at yours the other day.
Your TikToks, Theo.
Yeah.
TikTok's a boot.
Always on TikTok.
I look at your TikToks and you're on like 300 likes and
Ooh, come on.
yeah, scorching.
Yeah. The,
Whereas I get like
the comments are hilarious. I had to get Chops to wade in the other day to give me a hand because people were moaning about all my prices. So I had to get.
Yeah, I did see that.
Had to get some.
Chop loves that though, doesn't he?
TikTok for me is just the worst, lads.
I do quite like
came
it
off
though.
it.
When I then comment, there was an Audi the other day, and 13 grand we had it up at, and there must have been 50 comments saying that is way overpriced. Yada 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 yada. That's an 8 grand car. Blah 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 blah. They're nothing nicer than then putting in the comments. Now sold for full asking. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very satisfying. But
There's the only feeling that's better than that is someone who makes you an offer on a car that's stupid and ridiculous, and you say whatever, and they're like, oh well, all right, no worries. If you want to take that offer, you know where I am, sort of thing. And then they call back like a couple of days later, and they're like, oh, have you thought about my offer? It's like, sorry, sold at full price. Fuck it off.
Yeah,
That's the best.
Makes winning all the sweeter. But you know, if you want to find a place where people say, "Oh, that's too cheap, mate," rather than "that's too much," go on an owners forum where someone puts up their Audi R8 or whatever for a price. Every other R8 owner out there will dive in and tell him it's too cheap. So you never want to.
It's in their interest for all these cars to be worth more.
Yeah. That's a bit cheap, that. You're looking at it going, it's $5,000 above retail, mate.
Yeah, it's like when your neighbour puts their house up for sale, and you're like, oh, I thought it'd been worth more than that, to be honest.
Unsurprisingly, I don't have to hang around in those kind of forums. It's more like the Honda Jazz forum. Whereas, what folding seat configuration can you put out to put my Labrador in?
How you're
all the photographs all over the place.
Yeah, it's more like it.
So the grandson's phone. Oh, am I doing it? Selfies, just a load of selfies.
Yeah. If I've seen a pair of Crocs, I've seen 100 pairs of Crocs.
Theo can tell you the whole catalogue of attachments that they stick on them as well.
Oh yes, Oh,
Yeah. Little gardening spade and things like that. Just let you know they're a gardener.
Yeah, that's it.
What's
I do envy your market, Theo.
It's
Must be nice to
it's a
sell
lovely
through.
it's a lovely market to be in because the customers 99% of the time are lovely, and
Yeah.
they'll come back and I'll see them in 12 months' time for their MOT and their service, and they've done 800 miles in the car, and it's very nice. But obviously the margins are very small in that square of the market, so
Not the way you've bought them off me, Theo, they're not.
they're even
This
smaller.
guy.
Even smaller when I buy them off you. Jesus Christ. It's Joe that you make the big money off.
Yeah.
Well, if you're Theo, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I ought to pay him to take him away.
Yeah.
He's
Ooh, 3 days late on that service. It was 3 days. Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah. The stamp's in upside down in the book, so sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Cutthroat.
Hungry and proud.
What's happening with you, Rob? Like, what's the plan for Cubitt cars and whatever? You're obviously a big time YouTuber now.
Big time.
I know.
I'm planning on retiring.
I know. There's one of my favourite comments from one of your videos where you came to see me and I was closing down the dealership and you brought me which one ever it was. You brought me the DB9, and someone's like, I don't know. They probably called me a twat or something or whatever. But they were just like, "That'll be you one day, Rob." And I thought, yeah, that's Rob's plan actually. He's like, ourselves and do YouTube more. So yeah, best of luck to him. Yeah.
Thanks for the encouragement. Oh dear. Plans here is so hard to plan, isn't it, with what you're doing? But I still get the dealing feeling when we're selling cars. So I still enjoy that side of things. I still enjoy the buzz of it. I find that some of the consumer stuff is what the bit that really drags you down. The battle plan for me is obviously keep it going. We're looking at what our future looks like as a family, and we have looked at, and you're going to dive on me for this one, a farm, but one that you can, some lead, others follow, eh?
Yeah.
I've thought about this for years, which is the idea of having something a bit like, and not like him, but a bit like the ethos of what Tom Hartley's done, and certain other people have done it. Other
Cubitt estate.
Hey?
The Cubitt estate.
The Cubitt estate, yes, with the lake. But it makes sense financially to sort of have the two together, and it's whether or not you could. I'm kind of thinking of. Have you guys ever heard of the motorist?
Possibly. Are you going to have like a? Are you talking like a venue type thing?
Yeah, and so potentially you could go down the route of. Do you have a storage facility where there's very nice exotic cars in, and then you've got a mezzanine area where it's a cafe restaurant style thing. So there's a place called the Motorist up near us, which is a fantastic place, and they've got a farm shop and all that. So Hawkston lager, the usual sort of stuff you'd expect. And I just think it's a fantastic sort of business model, but there's nothing this sort of way over, and I feel like there's more that could be done there. So there's ideas there. I mentioned it to my old man because he's sort of retired, but has always brains going. I'm thinking of doing a farm idea. Is there anything you want? Vineyard. First thing he said, or brewery or whatever, and then you can still have your car sales. And I don't know, I just think there's so many different ways of approaching what we're doing. But for the time being, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. We've got 3 years left on this lease. I'm not prepared to cut it early and be a git. 4 years if we want it. And I'm just happy plodding on. But we've lost Callum, haven't we? So I've got a new guy in who we're now sort of training up to be half the man Callum was, and I'll be happy. So he's getting there, is Tim. We liked him.
Good.
So that's me.
Fair enough. What was I going to say to that? This is the. I know it's a long way off in the future, and you'll have many plans. But the whole idea as well for me, I think if you want to be a car dealer, I suppose. Well, Tom Hartley doesn't live there, does he? I'm having a debate at the moment. Is obviously I had 3, if not 4, businesses registered at the garage where I was, and now I need to re-register those on Company's House. And my options are I register them to the farm, and everyone knows where I'm keeping supercars and whatever else it is we're working on at the moment, and I don't live here, or I register it to my house, and some of the more, what's a polite way of putting this, eccentric viewers know where I live.
What you need is to get a little was it Dave Gott's mate or somebody had a little office in God knows where and
London.
just registered it to everything to that? Just like a
Yeah,
little...
you can do that, but you're talking like 70 quid per business, and obviously I've got 3 of them probably.
Will your accountant not register it to their address?
She works from like an office building at home, so she can't register it at home either, and probably wouldn't want to. My sister sort of offered, and I was like, no. If you had some crazy person just sat outside your house for a day to see if I sort of stepped out, I'm not trying to make out like I'm super famous, but some people do get carried away. I'm just not putting you in that situation. It might even be because rent a little office somewhere and whatever, but it's tricky. I mean, but then the thing is, if you were to have, like you're talking about, you have some farm somewhere and it's like an event where people come to bring their cars, and you're getting bigger and bigger on YouTube.
Everyone knows where it is.
People just turning up and
True,
knocking on your door, and
I agree with that, but I agree with that wholeheartedly, and it's the only risk from my point of view, the only worry. But you see some of these farms, and where if you get something that's sort of 20 or 30 acres, it is a huge bit of land, and you can, do you house over here, farm back here, 2 lanes in. There's lots of sort of different security, turrets, tank. There's sort of lots of different ways.
Moat.
You're not a car dealer without a moat, are you? So I do agree with what you're saying, but I just feel like I'm still.
you find a way to make it work. Yeah, you just want to be away from like the
people.
It's an extra concern, isn't it?
The thing is, if you want to be away from the people, don't do bloody YouTube in front of thousands and thousands of people in that.
Well, no, I love people. I just don't want them turning up at my house at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
drunk. Like, come out and whatever, or
Sounds good to me.
or turning up and thinking, I know he's got an Audi R8. Let's go and see if we can get in it and take some pictures and whatever.
Yeah, I think you might be thinking into it a little bit too much. But great saying that on the back of that is, someone said to me the other day, I like people, I just don't like the public. That resonated. I thought I like that one. Individually, people are all right, but collectively,
I love people, but general population as a whole, not.
Look what happened with the. You'll have watched the Ryder Cup, won't you, Theo? You're
Yes.
a golfist.
Absolutely, yes.
You'll be right up your street. But look at what happened there with the American crowds and the way it was. I bet each individual person in that crowd probably sound, but as a crowd and public,
Horrible.
look what happened.
Absolutely savage, yeah.
It was brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Well, mob mentality is a real thing. It's crazy. Have you seen like some of the Darren Brown things? And he'll set up some kind of crime to happen in a pub garden, and they'll bring 5 actors and 1 real person back in, and the real person will sit there and watch 5 people say completely like blame the wrong person, and now you can see they're sat there like, that's not what I saw, but they all saw it. When they go in there, they'll say what everyone else said because they don't want to stick out.
Yeah.
And I find like with comments on videos, someone will say, like, we've had things where we just like blurt out some complete lie, some rubbish, and if you leave it up, I'm not one for deleting comments, but if someone says that something's completely rubbish and they're making out that it's fact, like, what was it the other day? Oh, with the Lotus, someone said, oh, that was my nephew's car and blah blah blah, and it's like nothing that could even be logically whatever. But other people will jump onto that and they're like, oh, I'll write something about that as well, and it goes on and on and on. It's I probably
We had that.
tangent there.
I don't know if you saw. I did a video about things not to say to car dealers. I did 2 videos on it, and they were basically identical videos. The first one that I did, someone started off with a comment of, "Who do you think you are?" Blah blah blah, and the whole entire comment section, there was nothing positive in it at all. And then it was a day later, because I need to nip this in the bud, did another video doubling down on everything that I'd said, just explaining it in a slightly different way. Every single comment was positive.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
So I got paid twice for that.
Thanks, haters.
£40.
Yeah. Odd one. What about you, Theo? Same old?
Yeah, same old. Bit of consolidation. Actually, we were talking about this the other day. We're trying to, even though I'm not as old as you two, and yeah, You know.
How
How
old
old
are
are
you?
you?
32.
Oh,
Well, you look shit.
Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you very much.
look our age.
That's what
So,
13 years. That's what 13 years and doing no other job in your life does to you. Yeah, it ruins you. I've got eyes like piss holes in the snow, like a little belly. I don't even know if I've got eyes. Anyway, yeah, we're looking at sort of. You're already thinking about like exit strategies, um, which is my dad's not even retired yet, let alone me. But you're already looking like far into the distance to try and work out what's going to be the best approach to 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 get out of it at a sensible time. Yeah, so we're just sort of planning really. We've got another 7 years on our current lease, which is exactly the same as the first 10-year lease. Um, and then hopefully we've got the option to purchase the site then. If we can do that, then that sort of makes forward planning a little bit easier because I'll be 40 when we've bought it. Then maybe do it for another, I don't know, 5, 8, 10 years, and then try and go semi-retired and probably do something. Have a bit of land at a house and whatever, and just do a few. Because I'd always like to keep my toe in it because I do genuinely love it. So it'd be nice to trade a few bits, but that would be the plan going forward. But obviously we're a long way off of that at the minute. So at the moment, just keep doing the job right, keep putting dreams on driveways. Yeah.
can I just raise a point? I mean, yeah, that's great. What? Sorry, wait, what's Rob laughing at?
That's great.
Huh?
That's great.
Putting dreams on driveways.
Dreams on driveways.
Dreams on drives for 995. Is it? Do you think it's a bit of an ego or a bit of a? I think for me, it's probably maybe a bit of an ego and a bit of a laziness. I wouldn't say ego. I just like having people around when you're working. You know, having a team. I like that kind of. It's a social thing for me, in a sense. And
They don't agree.
I know they do their best to put up with me. The money helps, but yeah, it's and maybe I just lazy. I don't want to be doing cleaning all the cars and whatever. You struggling there, Theo?
Yeah, I got cut out. It said it had recorded, and thanks for joining. Blah blah
Oh,
blah.
I did that to me at one point as well. I think we're all still here.
Now my camera won't turn.
Oh,
Dear.
youth's not on your side at this point, is it?
Yeah, exactly. 32 are you? 32.
Yeah. Struggling with your phone? Oh,
I am actually. Yeah. Hold on. Is that better? No. Any good?
You're going to
No.
turn it off and it
No.
100% is going to
Terrible.
cut out.
You look older than that.
Worse? Good? Bad?
That'll do for now, because we'll try and wrap up anyway, because you probably
Yeah.
want to go, and everyone's probably sick of hearing us moan.
Yeah.
Go better for that.
What were we saying? Oh yeah. So I don't know why. I think a lot of people are actually. Do you know some big names have really, like, almost immediately after saying I was shutting down the garage and whatever, like, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, I've been thinking about that for a long time. I got some messages from some people who I thought, who are very well known, social media people or whatever. And I thought they were going to be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear it, and give me their commiserations and whatever. And they're just like, I see you've done that. That's exactly what I want to do. Like, and almost like they started having a chat, and I'm thinking about doing it, and they weren't sure. And I just kind of gave my reasons, like, you've convinced me. By the end of the year, it's happening.
I think when you're our age, ish, you're still trying to build your family's. You're still trying to build your family's future. Like, I could go and do it on my driveway, but I don't think I don't have that pot of these bigger guys that have been doing it forever. If they're going to then go back to selling a few cars a month, they can afford to do that, and they've already, they own their house and they own some land or whatever. Whereas obviously when you're still building up, you still have to sort of have a decent sized business to be able to for them facilitate that.
I reckon if you drill down on the numbers and you take the experience that you've got now with buying the right stuff, selling the right stuff. All right, I get your sort of stuff might be tricky to sell from home, Theo, because it's such low mileage, it's kind of specialist stuff that people want to buy it from a garage. They want a garage experience. But honestly, I'd be quite happy selling, like, $2,000 to $5,000 snotters that people aren't expecting the world of, although they probably are still these days. But still, I think when you actually narrow it down, being lean and mean, you make more money. You would make more money doing that way. So you actually are just screwing yourself multiple angles by trying to go bigger. You've got all your staff expenses, you've got all the stress that goes with it, you've got all the red tape you've got to jump through, versus even if you have a little unit and you just like, I know I can do it, and one little person that helps you or whatever.
He started already, isn't he? Have you seen that, Theo? See,
Yeah.
just one person, little unit,
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. Yeah.
That is what we've thought about our Hereford site, because that is only, I can get 14 cars on there. I could run that. To be honest, I could run that 4 days a week with my eyes shut, stood on my head by myself, and then I could play golf on a Friday and have the weekends off, and it would just be lovely.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know what to be said for that.
That's a whole new YouTube series, Theo. Well, I was going to say all your own money, but it is all your own money anyway, because, you know. But, you know, you could be like, how quickly could we grow? What can I make from this one little site? Can it be done?
There you go. That's one video that will get 28 views, so I'll put that one into the notepad.
It all adds up, mate. Dripping bucket or whatever it was. You might find this is the thing that, you know, gets the views. Who knows?
Yeah.
But very interesting. Anyway,
Lovely chat, gentlemen.
Let you get we'll let Theo get back to Tenerife. How was that?
I don't know what he's doing.
Done.
Are you there, Grandad?
Yes, my son is outside. I have to go to the swimming pool and the bar now. But
He's taking me to the cash machine now. He's asked me to take some money out for him. The lovely barman.
But thank you very much for the chat, and remember it's tradeted.com. Sell me all your cars. Yeah.
And proper car buyers. Is it Rob? I can't remember what website I made for you.
Yeah.
You can't remember, can you? Arsehole.
That's appalling.
Arsehole. They give him an opportunity to make money. What's he do? Forget about it.
It's not about the money.
Off the YouTubes. Making too much off the YouTubes.
Yeah, too big time now. He's got a Ferrari in pit. All right.
Oh, bye, Theo.
Bye,
Hope
Theo.
it rains. Bye.
The swimming pool was calling. The swim up bar. He doesn't even know how to turn it off.
He's
Look
on
at
the
him.
phone, look. He can't
This is
look.
embarrassing. He doesn't know how to turn it off, so we better do it for him.
Stand now.
Just looking at his phone.
Getting grief.
Press the big
Press
red button.
the red button. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Classic.
What an old man.
Well, thank you, Rob, for joining us. Planning to come and see you soon, hopefully.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not saying we're going to do one of these once a week because it gets a bit boring, probably, for everyone. But, you know, if you want to come on in a couple of weeks' time.
Mate, I enjoy it. And it's nice to get what other people are doing. It sort of reminds you that, oh no, everyone's hating it, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's a shit sandwich all round. Yeah.
Exactly, mate. But no,
Thank you
I enjoyed that.
That's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back at some time. Don't forget to check out Rob on YouTube, the logbook. We'll link it below. He's got a lovely little Ferrari. Look at that.
Subscriber gave me this.
Did they?
Yeah.
I got some cars from a subscriber actually. There's some lovely ones. I didn't get a Ferrari, but I got a original Range Rover Classic, which I'm going to send to Matt at High Peak Autos because he loves them. And I don't.
Oh, he does like a Range Rover, doesn't he?
Does very much so. Anyway, that's it. Thanks so much for watching or listening. We'll see you another time. Bye bye.
Thanks, Joe. Bye-bye.